losing sleep, what to do? Could somebody come and take me away? I've been in the deep without you, and I got it in my head night and day. But we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine. Yeah, we are one step closer. Can you feel it, baby? It's the end of the line. It looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, moving on. Oh, it looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, stay strong. Oh, it looks like we. It looks like we. Yeah, it looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, stay strong. Oh, it looks like we made it. Wake me from this dream I've been in. I need to get in closer to you. I swear you my vaccine. Oh baby, I've been waiting for you. Now we are one step closer. We're all in this together. Put your hand in mine. Yeah, we are one step closer. Can you feel it, baby? It's the end of the line. It looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, moving on. Oh, it looks like we made it. Let's get it on. We got it going, stay strong. Oh, it looks like we.
Say you think about me because I'm starting to doubt we will find a way back to each other when you're on the other side of the world. I'm here and I'm waiting, but I know I can't say that we didn't end it for good reason. Still, I'm hoping we'll be meeting soon. Everybody needs some time to figure themselves out. But I want you close, and I still have hope. I'm waiting every day for you to come back and tell me we can work it out. Forget about the past. Now time moves slow. I'm not high or low. No, I'm somewhere in the middle and a little bit messed up. 'Cause without you, everything stops. I'm feeling so lonely when you never phone me. I put your picture on my windowsill to make myself feel alright. But I knew it would not be easy, spending time apart, and I almost can't believe it. Believe that you're gone, and I don't think this will get better until you come around. I guess that everybody needs some time to figure themselves out. But I want you close, and I still have hope. I'm waiting every day for you to still have hope. I'm waiting every day for you to come back and tell me we can work it out, forget about the past. Now time moves slow. I'm not high or low. No, I'm somewhere in the middle and a little bit messed up. 'Cause without you, everything stops. Without you, everything stops. this is forever. All these years, every single tear, all the regrets and promises, all the ups, breakups, bumps in the road, we bend until we break. We keep crashing down, but baby, we got up. Yeah, look at us now. After all these years, yours and mine, it's you and I. It's you and I. You won't say it out loud, but I can tell you're not fine. 'Cause I know you like that. I know you better than anyone you know.
You have the time of your life every single night. The confetti's raining down. You put your hands to the sky, center of the crowd. You're the talk of the town. And I tell myself I don't want that. What glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, 'cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but I'm so full of it. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna dance with somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. I wanna be the life of the party. I wanna hold on to somebody. Be ooh, 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 ooh. Living your life through a lens, perfect pretending. You think no one can tell, but everything's just fake. Now you're becoming the person you once hated. You also used to say that. I tell myself I don't want that. What glitters isn't gold. I tell myself I don't need it, 'cause I'm fine on my own. But I hate being on the outside looking through a window. I say I don't want it, but
else other than you. I always thought I'd be waiting in vain, but suddenly there you were. Never thought it'd be easy to feel you in my arms, but now we're here and I'm all in, and I wonder about you. 'Cause I can stay till the morning, or stay till the dawn, but just hold me now. I wanna be so much better whenever you're around. I wanna say something clever to get in your mind. 'Cause right now we're not together, and I lose my way then. Oh, I feel so much better whenever you're around, whenever you're around. Yeah, yeah, whenever you're around, whenever you're around. Is it too late to feel you? Is it too late to tell you about how much I'm sorry for the things I have done, for the things I never did? But I promise, dear, I'll never let you go. So don't let go, get close to me. Oh, don't let go, get close to me. My body's waiting for you. I know your body's been waiting too. I wanna be so much better whenever you're around. I wanna say something clever to get in your mind. 'Cause right now we're not together, and I lose my way then. Oh, I feel so much better whenever you're around, whenever you're around. Yeah, yeah, whenever you're around, whenever you're around, whenever you're around.
sleeping, so I stay up late at night in a room lit by the TV light. All I want is to get some shut-eye, but my thoughts are keeping me awake. I don't know what it is, but it's been like this ever since we kissed. I don't know what to do, 'cause I long for you every single night. It's been like this ever since we kissed. I try my best to keep my mind occupied so that I can focus on anything but you. 'Cause all I want is to get some shut-eye, but the thought of you is keeping me awake. I don't know what it is, but it's been like this ever since. the sun begins to shine again. Taking all the advice there is and none